Hello, everyone. Good evening, and welcome here to Putnam County and Hurricane, West Virginia, as we get set for a 4A matchup between the visiting Parkersburg Big Reds and your home team tonight, the Hurricane High Redskins, who make their way out onto the field this evening in their all-black uniforms tonight with the red helmets. So they get ready to take on the Big Reds. Both of these teams looking for their first win of the season, as these two Mountain State Athletic Conference foes come into tonight 0-2 on the year. First time for the Redskins that they've started 0-2 since 2003. Big Reds have been through some rebuilding over the last couple of years, but at the fourth year of head coach Matt Kimes, looking to get some positive things going for them here to start this season. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our game day crew with you here this evening. Happy to have you with us here tonight for this matchup between a pair of teams looking for their first victory of the season. Well, let's start with the team that you and I got to see last week, the home team tonight, the Hurricane Redskins. Struggled against GW last week on the road, their second road game of the season to start the year, and it was really because of the offensive line and defensive line from GW reestablishing that line of scrimmage and forcing Hurricane backward, whether it be on offense or defense, and it really helped open up the holes for their running back, and they're going to obviously try to correct that tonight against Parkersburg.
Yeah, they were just a little bit outmatched in certain spots against GW, and it just happened to be the spots that GW really wanted to exploit. So a tough matchup out there. But even then, Hurricanes didn't look terrible last week. We talked a lot about Isaiah Kushner doing a really good job of keeping plays alive.
Took one sack.
And honestly, he was on the run a lot, so it's not all good, but he was able to avoid that, keep his eyes downfield, still make some plays. The offense looked like it had some life, just was not quick enough there on the hill. So maybe here back at home they'll be able to get some of those, string some of those plays together and really turn in some drives like they weren't able to against GW.
Good home crowd in attendance so far this evening. The crowd still filling out here on the near side of the stadium tonight. And again, Will, they've been on the road for 2 games in a row. It's got to feel good to be back here at home. And it's only one of 4 home games for Hurricane this season. They gave up one to get that game in Kentucky to start the year, but always good to play in a familiar confines, especially there at home.
Yeah, especially when you're trying to right the ship there a little bit. Like you said, team that they haven't been able to win yet. Good chances any here at home, and like you said, with only 4 home games, they're going to try to make the most out of each of them, and it starts tonight.
For the Big Reds, Going to see them coming out onto the field here in just a moment. Their captains making their way down the far side of the field toward midfield right now. And this is a team, again, under fourth-year head coach Matt Kimes. He's an alumni of this program. He's familiar with winning with this team. Was a long-time assistant, a player with this team. Was part of 2 state championships when they won them while Will and I were in school playing against Parkersburg. So he's familiar with when he's trying to get this program going again, and he's got some talent there. They lost quite a bit from last season in terms of their numbers, with 3 out of their top 4 wide receivers gone. Their quarterback's gone, their leading rusher, and their leading receiver is gone. But when you've got some other talent around, it's a little easier to manage. Just a rough start to the year taking on Morgantown and Spring Valley for them to start the season. 2 teams that are perennial playoff teams in their respective now classes of 4A and 3A.
Especially Morgantown always likes to be there, but between the obvious, everybody has those graduation, also the transfers, which impact schools non-uniformly. It's just one of the things the schools are going to get more used to coming into a season like this. Both teams really, coming in with a team that they don't necessarily recognize. It might take a couple of weeks to really figure out what you got and what works. So that might be a little bit what we're looking at with both these teams. But cover's not bare for either one. It's just a matter of putting the pieces together and turning a couple good plays into drives.
Teams meeting out at midfield right now for the coin toss. Again, both sides looking for a victory tonight. Former head coach of the Marshall Thundering Herd, John Doc Holliday, doing the coin toss there in that white polo there, standing next to the Hurricane captains. He is a Hurricane native, so great to see him here for the home opener tonight. And the Redskins have lost the toss. They will receive to start tonight's contest, so that'll happen when we come back after this break. Less than 3 minutes till kickoff between the Big Reds and the Redskins. Both teams looking for win number 1 on the season. We're back with more right after this on Game Day.
Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation. You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
back here at Hurricane High School. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our high school game day crew. Happy to have you with us this evening. Big thank you to some of our sponsors, Generation Ford, Generations Physical Therapy, jumping on for our primary football sponsor for Hurricane this year, so we appreciate them sponsoring our broadcasts this season. As we get ready for kickoff here in the home opener for Hurricane High School this season, taking on the Parkersburg Big Reds. Both teams looking for win number 1 of the season. Boot to ball underway from Cole Sisk. And we're off and running for the Redskins on the return. That is number 0, Zach Turner, with a nice return up near the 35, just shy of it at the 34-yard line, and that is where the Redskins will start their offensive possession to start their home season.
Like we said last week, an offense that could put some pretty impressive plays together, but struggled to put enough of them together to get into the end zone and create some sustained offense.
Now they are able to bring back their starting center, junior Caden Womack, back after being injured in that game on the road in Kentucky. So he slides into center. Jace Ellison will slide from center to right tackle. Handoff goes up the middle to A.J. Gregory on the opening carry of the game. He'll get up across the 35 to the 38-yard line. A nice 4-yard pickup, bring up second down and 6 for this Redskins offense in their black uniforms tonight. Breaking those out for the first time this season, after being in white the opening 2 games of the year. Handoff goes to Gregory up the middle, runs into a wall of defenders there in the middle. Jackson Rowe helping with the stop there, as well as Silas Chevron.
Pretty much the same play as the first one, just not quite as successful. They're only picking up an extra yard.
Yeah, they'll bring up 3rd and 5 after the 1-yard pickup. A pistol set for the Redskins there. Play action fake to Gregory. Kutcher going to roll out under some pressure, and he is going to get sacked by that Big Reds defense all the way back near the line of scrimmage. Jackson Rowe, as well as Chevron and Devin Winman in on the stop. There is a foul, though, after the sack, and a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is thrown. That'll give the Big Reds, give the Redskins an automatic first down.
Yeah, I would hate to see that if you're the Big Reds right after getting a real good play there on 3rd down, stop their quarterback, who, like we said, is very slippery, but now fresh set of downs and nearly into Big Reds territory.
They're going to be just shy of it at the 49-yard line of Hurricane. 1st and 10 for the Redskins after that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Again, you hate to see that, especially after making a great defensive play. But now 1st and 10 for Hurricane as the drive continues near midfield. Ball just above the midfield logo. Gorgeous night here in Putnam County for some high school football action. In week 3 of the season in West Virginia, Gregory goes in motion out to the flat to the left. Kutcher under some pressure, able to step up in the pocket, delivers a throw over to the near side, near the hash marks. That's intended for Dylan Wyden. He's unable to hold on to that one. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I'm surprised Kutcher didn't take off with it there. It looked like he had a couple yards in front of him right there in the center, but you can't really blame a quarterback for trying to find the receivers downfield. Just couldn't quite get it there.
Nice to see his offensive line, though, be able to provide him a pocket there that he's then able to climb in once that starts to surround him toward the back. See if they can protect him here. 2nd and 10, complete onto the near side. That's complete to Riley Armstrong. Armstrong is near a first down, close to the 40-yard line. And there comes another flag in after the play. The Big Reds with 2 fouls after the play already. That one will add yardage to the game. And it'll be a first down for Hurricane as they'll get close to the red zone now. They'll spot the ball at the 25-yard line on the near hash mark. A 15-yard penalty, again, the second one of those for Parkersburg tonight. Quick setup for the Redskins here on 1st and 10 from the 25. And before the play gets going, a flag comes from the near side, and a false start is going to be whistled against Hurricane. So back them up 5, back to the 30, and that'll bring up 1st and 15. Tried to move a little too quickly there that time. I liked the idea of trying to pick up the pace and get the tempo going and catch Parkersburg off guard, but then you get the 5-yard false start. So let's see what they do here now on 1st and 15. 2 receivers to either side of the formation. Gregory in the backfield with Isaiah Kutcher, the junior quarterback. Snap comes back to him. Handoff goes to Gregory. Gregory plows his way forward for a couple of yards. getting back close to the original line of scrimmage. Jackson Rowe, the junior nose tackle, in on the stop there. A couple of tackles for him already tonight. 7 coming into the game on the season so far through 2 games. 2nd and 11 now from the 26 for the Redskins. Opening drive of the game. Now just more than 2 minutes into this opening quarter. Kutcher checks over at the sideline. And adjusts the play call now. Takes the snap. Play action to Gregory. Throw out to Armstrong in the flat on a bubble screen. And he is quickly met by the Redskins defense. He will get down inside the 25 to the 22. Pickup of 3. Or some pickup of 4. Bring up 3rd down and 7. Like the pacing of this Hurricane offense so far on the opening drive, looking much better than they did last week against the GW Patriots on the road. Throw on a screen out to the near side. That is complete to Wyden. Wyden's got a nice block, and he's going to find his way to the end zone. Touchdown for the Redskins. A great job by Porter Tackett getting out there on that screen wheel. The left tackle does an excellent job of sealing that wall off on the sideline to give him the space he needed to get to the end zone.
Yeah, we saw some of it last week, too, where Hurricane really wants to get the ball out to the outside to their playmakers like Wyden and Armstrong. Right there, perfect example, turning a 25-yard touchdown. And we're probably going to see more of that as the game goes on, getting to those speedster guys out on the perimeter.
Late player running back on is Kutcher to hold. Seth Casto out to put it through the uprights. Snap is back, hold down, kick is up, and it is good. Redskins lead 7-0 after one drive. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation. You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Redskins take an early 7-0 lead, a 22-yard Dylan Wyden touchdown reception on a screenplay. And a great block, again, by that left tackle, Porter Tackett. Drove his man well downfield and did it without getting a holding call, which is the more impressive thing, too, about it. Seth Casto sends this one away back to Brady Thorne. He'll field it inside the 10, bring it up across the 20, and he is going to be held up for a second, able to get away from it, though. Across the 30, across the 40. He's down the far sideline inside the 40. Runs over a man at about the 32-yard line and is forced out of bounds at the 31. What a return from Brady Thorne.
It looked like he was in trouble there around his zone 25. We ran into his own guy, but was able to get out of that traffic and find that lane down the far sideline. And I thought he was gone there for a little while. Good job to at least hunt him down before that happened, but sending his offense up in a great spot at the 30 for their first drive of the game.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 30 now after they reassess that after the return. But, man, what a run back from Brady Thorne, the sophomore. Sets up the Big Reds just outside the red zone on the opening play of the drive, trying to answer a touchdown from the Redskins. Man in motion is Braxton Kuffner. Alex Greer throw out to the far side of the field. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Hunter Leavitt. Leavitt. Bring up 2nd and 10 now. Alex Greer, number 24, the quarterback. Very unconventional quarterback number. Is able to run with it, and he'll run with it here on a read option off of a jet. Now break out a one tackle inside the 15, and he's brought down near the 10. What a run there from Greer.
Right on cue, as you mentioned it, Adam, but great job there picking his way through and a pretty convincing play fake. We do have an injured player down behind the play.
That's a pickup of nearly 20. Big Red player is down on the turf at the 35. The training staff come over to see to him quickly. And when play resumes, it'll be 1st and goal for Parkersburg at the 10-yard line. What a response from the Big Reds so far. Hopefully the injured Big Red player is all right. Hopefully it's one of those where it's a cramp or he's got the wind knocked out of him. Don't want to speculate on anything, but you get a long return and then a nice opening play to set up your team 1st and goal. While they continue to see to him, we'll step aside for a quick break and come right back after this on Game Day.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
The injured player was Braxton Kuffner, able to get up and walk over to the far side of the field under his own power, so that's great to see. Back underway, 1st and goal, handoff will go up the middle to Ethan Jones.
Do about 4 there. Both teams really trying to keep the running between the tackles. I don't really see any outside running yet, except for the successful option run there. Just play a go.
2nd and goal from the 7 after a 3-yard pickup there. Greer in the shotgun again, has Jones to his right. Throw out into the near side, left it short and incomplete, trying to find Cole Sisk. 5'10" junior just couldn't stretch out far enough, and even if he had, it would have ended up losing yards. So actually better that he didn't catch it. Sets you up 3rd and goal from the 7. Ball still over on the far side hash. Big Reds trying to answer the scoring drive from the Redskins to open the game with one of their own here. 3rd and goal. Greer in a double-barrel shotgun has Chevrant and Jones on either side of him. Fake the handoff to Jones, roll out to the right, looking toward the end zone, has a man and can't hit him. Incomplete, looking for Austin Craven in the back left corner of the end zone, and he was wide open. Also had his other man, Ethan Jones, out there in the front of the end zone, wide open.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go shorter there. I think it was actually Chevron there in the corner of the end zone who came around.
Yes, you're right. Jones was the fake.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go there, who was wide open, but just wasn't able to make that completion, bring up the field goal unit.
Out is Cole Sisk for the 3-point try. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. That one good from 24 yards out. Makes it a 7-3 game. Still in favor of the home team, the Redskins, who are set to get the football back when we return right after this on Game Day.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Bowtie Mike here, reminding you that Cardinal Chevrolet is your destination for all things automotive. We offer a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, a full-service collision center, parts and service departments, plus up to 125% of KBB for your trade. Stop by for a no-obligation appraisal. We make the deals that nobody can match because it's got the Bowtie guarantee. Hurry in. CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
After a 20-yard run to open the drive, after a nice return set up by the kickoff return team, it ends in 3 points on the drive for the Big Reds. Now the ensuing kickoff, a nice return again for Zach Turner. And Turner is going to be out of bounds around the 35. We'll see exactly where they mark him out. But two decent returns there for the Redskins. Zach Turner set his offense up with decent starting field position. They'll spot it at the 33. Much better possession for the Redskins on that opening drive. And again, we saw much of last week. Their two touchdowns came on wide open plays. Defense for the Patriots just mismatched a man and somehow left somebody wide open. Not to take that away from them, but other than that, those two drives left absolutely nothing there for the Redskins offense the rest of the game. Opening play of this drive, though, a nice run up to the 39-yard line. A pickup of 6 will set up 2nd and 4. Kutcher will keep it himself, pull it on the read option, and a nice run there. He's got a first down gain up near the 45. Pulled it out just at the last second and then was able to get the yardage needed for the first down. Excellent read there by Kutcher on the option.
A very agile guy, like we said a couple times already. Very impressive at keeping the play alive, and there shows some of the same skills to find a crease and get 6 yards.
Redskins offense was helped out last drive thanks to two 15-yard penalties by the Big Reds defense. So far, not needing any penalty yardage to move these sticks as they'll get to the 50-yard line. A 5-yard pickup there by Gregory.
5 carries for 20 yards so far for Gregory. He got a little help, got slung forward an extra yard there at the end of that one.
Snap back to Kutcher. Play action fake, going to roll out, throw into the flat, and that is incomplete off the hands of Tyler Lauerman. The junior just couldn't hang on to it, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5 from the 50. The Redskins dial up here from midfield. Ball over on the far side, hash mark. Two receivers to either side of the formation. Gregory stands to the left of Kutcher. And it's a draw, and Gregory is met almost immediately. He's wrapped up in the backfield by big number 55, Dre Grinter. 6'3", 300-pound defensive tackle gets into the backfield on that delayed handoff.
And Grinter was almost there to take the handoff himself. Great job getting through the line there and breaking up that play before he even kind of gets started.
That'll bring up 4th and 8, and out comes Seth Casto to punt things away. And he is a weapon in and of himself. He's got a booming leg. As the return men for the Big Reds are lined up at their own 10-yard line as Casto stands at his own 32. Clean snap back to him, but the kick is not going to get away. It's blocked by the Big Reds, and it'll go out of bounds over on the far side.
And great effort there. The Hurricane punter is great, but someone's got a block for him. Good job of Parkersburg to overload that side and get home and give themselves another fantastic field position start here on their second drive after starting at the 30 on their first drive.
And I couldn't tell who blocked it because there was 2 or 3 guys there in the vicinity with hands up that got back to him, and it was cleanly blocked too. It wasn't like he got ran into, and I mean, he kicked it and they still blocked it. That was a very well executed block by the Big Reds. They'll set up now 1st and 10 from the Hurricane 42-yard line. Greer going to throw it now. Pass complete across the middle to Parsons. Titan Parsons has a first down gain inside the 30. Down to the 28. 14-yard pickup on that pass play from Greer to Parsons. Parsons with a touchdown catch on the season. 5 receptions for 74 yards coming into tonight. He'll line up in the slot on the near side, joined by Brady Thorne on the bottom of your screen. Greer going to hand off this time to Jones. And Jones, nice carry there, has another first down gain for the Big Reds as he'll get down inside the 15, spot him at the 14-yard line.
Back-to-back 14-yard plays for the Big Reds.
1 through the air, 1 on the ground. And here's it 14 yards away. Can they get into the end zone here and make it 3 straight? Give them a chance to take their first lead of the contest, trailing 7-3 on their second drive of the opening quarter. With 4:32 to go on a moving clock. Handoff goes to Jones off the right side. Jones with a stutter step now bursts through the hole, and he's going to get his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Reds. There it is, back-to-back 14-yard plays for Parkersburg's offense. And they get into the end zone for the first time tonight, giving them the lead 9-7.
Great job there, giving it to your top back, and when he can find his way in. Uncanny 3 straight plays of 14 yards, 2 runs by Jones, and the completion from Greer to Parsons. But that's what it takes to get Parker back on top 10-7, and impressive drive there, especially. Along with the great start there brought on by the blocked punt, or tipped punt.
The drive all started because of the blocked punt, and then the Big Reds go 14 yards 3 times down and get into the end zone to take the lead 10-7. We're back with more right after this on Game Day.
This is Ben Salango with Salango Law. Salango Law has earned a reputation for getting excellent results for our clients. With decades of experience handling thousands of cases, we know what it takes to deliver. Proudly voted best in the Valley for 3 consecutive years by readers of the Charleston Gazette-Mail, Salango Law is deeply committed to giving back by investing in our community. From supporting local programs to making our region a better place to live, Salango Law is proud to be your trusted legal and community partner. Check us out at salangolaw.com.
It's football season in West Virginia, and it's unlike anything else. HD Media is live streaming more than 30 high school football games this year. Next week, we've got a great rivalry matchup for you as the George Washington Patriots host the South Charleston Black Eagles. Will and I will be on the call for that one. You can also catch the Huntington Highlanders take on the Hurricane Redskins, or a big one down in Madison as Scott battles Independence. It's all live and for free in one convenient location, hdmediagameday.com. We're back here at Hurricane High School tonight for Week 3's matchup between the Big Reds and the Redskins. Big Reds just took the lead after a 3-play drive set up by a blocked punt. Now a short kickoff to the near side. It's going to take a bounce. Turner going to return it on the near side from the 14. Turner going to cut back to the hash marks, and he is going to be dropped just across the 30. The stop there made by number 3, Devin Weidman. And the Redskins will take back over 1st and 10 from their own 31.
And now they find themselves trailing early here after they had to, like we said, punt on the last drive, which got blocked, and so set their opponent up on their own side of the field. Let's see if they can try to get the same sustained drive they were able to put together on their first drive, capped off that 24-yard touchdown pass.
Pass thrown to the near side and incomplete. Lauerman, again, unable to hang on to it. Bobbled it a couple of times and then just couldn't haul it in. May need to reassess the glove situation there and get a new pair. So 2nd and 10 for the Redskins. Handoff goes to Gregory off the left side, and Gregory will get a couple of yards and then is brought down to the ground on the stop there. Number 78, Braylon Fulks. Jordan Hess.
There's some tough sledding on the inside here for the Hurricane running game.
3rd and 9 after a 1-yard gain. Kutcher drops back to throw. Under some pressure, going to tuck it and run with it now. And he's going to come up close to the first down. And does he get the extra effort for the first down? I think he does, just by ever so slightly.
Yeah, it was that little move there at the end that gave him about a yard or two. He needed to get that first down. Good decision by him. Earlier on the previous drive, there was a play where we were surprised he didn't take off. This one, he goes ahead, makes the decision, gets the first down. 1st and
10 from their 42. Kutcher will drop back to throw. This time it's caught by Lauerman, and Lauerman will get across the 45 to the 46. A pickup of 4 will set up 2nd and 6 for the Redskins offense. Trying to take back this lead from the Big Reds in the Hurricanes home opener. And big thank you to our sponsors, Generations Sport and Generations Physical Therapy, for joining the HD Media team. Sponsorship of Hurricane High School football this year. Handoff goes to Gregory. Gregory trying to fight forward for some yardage, and the near side official is going to give him a yard, but they're going to back him up and go with the far side ruling and give him no gain there. 2nd, 6 leads to 3rd and 6 now. Two receivers to either side of the formation. Gregory to the left of Kutcher in the shotgun. They're going to send Lauerman in motion from far to near side. Kutcher going to throw a screen out to the near side. That's complete to Wyden. Wyden unable to break out of the second tackle. He breaks out of one across the 50 and will get into Big Red territory at their 49. Still a yard shy of the first down. So 4th and 1, and the Redskin offense going to stay out there and go for it. Down a field goal with a little more than 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. 4th and 1, hard snap count. No bite from the Big Reds. 15 seconds on the play clock now. They're going to get the actual play call in. 10 seconds. Or may just take a timeout here. And yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. Going to take a timeout, and they'll stop things with 1:42 to go first quarter. We'll step aside for a quick break as well. And when we come back, we'll have more first quarter action for you right after this on High School Game Day.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, we gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with hard it hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. I don't think they really wanna come against the winner, got a finger on the pin on a grenade. I ain't never been there where you think you compare. I'm aligned with the winner about the cage. I need.
In addition to it being football season, it's also football season. We're streaming 16 soccer matches this year, thanks in part to our title sponsor for that, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to follow us on our HD Media Game Day Facebook or Instagram pages. Our next one's set for Tuesday here at Hurricane High School as the Redskins host Cabell Midland in a boys soccer match. You can catch all of that live and for free going to hdmediagameday.com. Back underway. It's going to be a keeper for Kutcher. Kutcher has the first down as he gets further in to Big Red territory down near the 45. Nice read option there, but run by Kutcher.
And that's a smart play there. So far, Gregory has not been able to find a ton of room in the middle. 8 carries for 18 yards, but Kutcher averaging almost 7 yards a carry now. Great decision there to go with what they know has been working so far and pick up another important first down with his legs.
1st and 10 for the Redskins offense now. From the Big Reds 45, Kutcher in the shotgun. Gregory to his right with a trips to his left. Looking toward the near sideline, trying to find Dylan Wyden. Was in tight coverage there with number 10, Hunter Leavitt. Second and 10 after the incompletion. Sunset has already happened here in Hurricane. It's still a gorgeous evening for high school football. A little bit of a chill in the air as Kutcher will fake the handoff on a jet sweep, keep it himself, and he'll pick up a couple of yards down to the 43 maybe. If they give him any further than that, I'd be surprised. Good job by that Big Reds defense to stop him from gaining much more after he's just been picking them apart the last couple of runs.
Here another third down for this Hurricane offense, who's really struggled to string much together on this drive.
2 receivers to either side. Pitcher going to drop back to throw, going to climb the pocket, and he is going to be stripped and sacked. Ball is on the turf. Who comes away with it? Coming up from the pile is number 72, Jace Ellison for the Redskins. Said that the Redskins offensive line have been doing a good job for the most part so far in this opening quarter of protecting Kutcher, and that time the strip sack taken by Kutcher.
Well, you can't put that all on the offensive line when Kutcher is, he's trying to
True,
make
he's
room,
climbing.
but he climbs virtually to the line of scrimmage there, trying to buy himself an extra second, and finally got caught there.
And that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter. They'll have a short flip of the field and fourth down coming up for Hurricane. What do they do? We'll find out when we return right after this on High School Game Day.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation.
Are you ready to unlock a future filled with remarkable pay, unbeatable benefits, and unparalleled satisfaction? Imagine embarking on a journey that offers you a college-level education without the weight of debt, all while earning a steady income. Look no further than the West Virginia Building and Construction Trades Apprenticeship Programs. Join us, and together, let's build a future that's brighter and stronger. Go to actwv.org to apply today. The West Virginia Building and Construction Trades, where the future is forged.
Hurricane going to punt things away after the change of quarters. Seth Kesto hoping this one goes better than his first one where he got blocked. Gets it away this time. And it is going to be returned from the 15. And on that return is Javelle Chandler. And Chandler, met by contact at the 25, fights forward for extra 5 yards and is stopped at the 30. And that is where Parkersburg will send its offense back out, trying to add to their lead after taking the lead on their last drive.
And this can be a huge drive for Parkersburg to be able to potentially go up 10 here on the road. Still early in the game, but definitely will put you in a good position. Their offense has been humming. I mean, their running game's averaging 3 of their 4 runs have been over 10 yards.
Had 3 straight plays of 14 yards to cap off their last drive. Bubble screen out to the far side. That is complete. And turning up field there is Hunter Leavitt. That'll be a pickup of 4 up at the 34-yard line. Bring up 2nd and 6.
Timing on that type of play is so important. They probably could have picked up a lot more yards if they were able to get it just a half second earlier, but it's just one of those plays where such a variety of things can happen just based on a fraction of a second.
Austin Jones in the backfield now with a double barrel look, joining Ethan Jones.
Ooh.
Mishandled snap. And it's going to be, that is Tyler Cameron. Yeah, Tyler Cameron able to make something out of nothing as they rotate quarterbacks in there. He and Alex Greer have been splitting time at QB this season. Cameron didn't play last week in that game against Spring Valley. First play there, able to turn something out of nothing. See what he does here on 3rd and short. Cameron sends a man in motion. We'll hand off to Ethan Jones up the middle. Jones has a first down and then some, spins his way up to the 45. Pickup of 9.
Jones up to 40 yards on just 4 carries, including the 14-yard touchdown run at the end of the last drive.
Big Reds have scored on their first 2 possessions, a field goal and then a touchdown to take this 3-point lead Not quite 2 minutes into the second quarter. Cameron in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff to Jones under heavy pressure, and as he gets ready to throw it, is brought down to the ground, and they're going to say he was in the act of throwing, so it's an incomplete pass, which is a huge gift for the Big Reds, because that could have been 6 for Hurricane right there. I mean, if they hadn't blown the whistles, there's nobody there to stop the Redskin defense from running another 30 yards to the end zone.
They were able to get 3 guys directly in his face.
So very fortunate there on that one. Incompletion brings up 2nd and 10. Cameron in the shotgun, still 2 receivers to the near side. H-back is Austin Craven. Handoff goes to Jones. Jones met at the line of scrimmage and is slung down. Getting to him there is number 56, Wade Ellison. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 after, again, another no gain. Cameron handoff to Jones up the middle. Ethan Jones breaks out of 1 tackle at the line of scrimmage and is able to fight his way forward for 3 yards. Is all they're going to give him up to the 48. And they'll send the punt team out to send it away to Hurricane.
Important stand there by the Redskins defense to force the first punt of the game by Parkersburg and get the ball back to try to take this lead back as we get through about close to this midway point in the second quarter.
Now somebody's screaming for timeout. The Redskins are going to take one. Don't think they necessarily had the personnel out on the field that they maybe wanted there. But that is going to be their 2nd timeout, so just 1 timeout remaining in the second quarter. 8:38 to go.
Adam, I think we have the Hurricane coaches in the box next to us. I think
they're
that's
above us.
Well, somewhere near us.
The PA guy, I think, is next to us for sure.
But we could hear we heard the timeout call before virtually anybody else. But you want to make sure you're right in this type of situation, especially when it's a game of field position so far, with the winning team being the one that's. Or the leading team being the one that's been able to consistently start on their opponent's side of the 50.
So the Redskins have burned 2 timeouts, 1 left for them. All 3 complements left for the Big Reds in this opening half of play. 4th and 10, 4th and 7. Punt is away, and it'll take a Big Red bounce inside the 10, down inside the 5, and they're going to stop it down at the 3. An excellent punt there for Parkersburg's Tyler Shahan. The senior with a nice swing of that. Averaged about 38 yards a punt coming into the game, and that'll definitely help the average out quite a bit. As Hurricane will take back over inside their own 5 at the 3 now, with have to go 97 yards to try to take the lead or tie this one potentially, depending on how the drive ends up going. 8:26 to go in the first half. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our HD Media Game Day crew. Happy to have you with us this evening. Producer, director extraordinaire Ethan Young. Camera operator again for us tonight, Jason Likens, doing a bang-up job as always. Handoff goes to Gregory off the left side. Gregory with a nice run. He's going to bounce it out to the numbers, and Gregory is brought down just a couple yards shy of a first down. Great opening play for the Redskins.
You want to get yourself out of the shadow of the end zone, give it to your most consistent playmaker and pick up 8 yards there. More like 9 yards.
They're going to give him 9.
Room.
Yeah, great pickup there. We'll set up 2nd and 1. And they're going to go right back to him again. Cuts back to the right, and he is quickly met by that Big Reds defense. Austin Craven helping make the stop. And he is going to be stopped
It's like no game.
Say, if anything, a loss. was actually, I think it is a loss of 1. No gain. You're right, Will. Angle's a little tough to see.
And if I'm a Big Red defender, I'm watching the quarterback here, Kutcher. He's burned us on the play action or the draw play several times on 3rd down.
2 receivers each side and an H-back. He's going to keep it himself, run off the right side. Breaks out a 1-arm tackle, and he's got the 1st down and then some.
So no type of option there. Just give it to him and let him take off. Good job of finding the seam again. Get just enough for that 1st down.
And he just had everybody spread out. Had one guy there as the H-back that they brought in motion there at the start of the play and just gave him a lead block, and he didn't even use it off the right side. Threw out to the far side. A dangerous throw. Looking for Dylan Wyden out there on the far side of the field. Nearly picked off by the Big Red defense, but the incompletion will bring up 2nd and 10, stop things with 6:56 to go in the 1st half.
That looked like 6 the other way for a split second when he would drive back towards that incoming pass.
Whoever caught it, if somebody caught it, they were going for 6. 2 receivers on either side of the formation now on 2nd and 10. Passes into the referee. Yeah, I think it hit the ref square in the face.
He looks all right,
he
but
tried
he
to
definitely
duck.
got hit.
Yeah, he tried to duck. That's the nature of the game sometimes. They are part of the field of play, so, I mean, that happens sometimes. You can technically use an official as a blocker because he is part of the field of play. And in that time, he was a great screen door. 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Because you're going to run for it, and he is going to get up across the 20 and avoid the sack.
There's a flag back.
Yeah, there is a flag well back
and
at the 5.
player.
Yeah, A.J. Gregory's helmet is about 20 yards away from where he was. So we'll see what this is. Face mask on the Big Reds, and there's another free 1st down that this Big Reds defense has given Hurricane in this 1st half. 3 15-yard penalties in the opening half of play for Parkersburg tonight.
Yeah, you hear 3 penalties, you're like, yeah, okay, that's more than you like, not that bad, but every single one's been for 15 yards and a 1st down, and it seems like they've all come on at least 3rd down.
And prime position for the Big Red defense to get off the field. Instead, the chains reset and move down the field for Hurricane. And a read option again for Kutcher. Runs over the defender, able to hang on to him, though, and bring him down as out Rex Ashcroft. Ashcroft hangs on for dear life as Kutcher's able to pick up 6 up to the 41.
Kutcher 6 carries for 32 yards so far. Only completed 2 of his last 7 pass attempts, but on his legs being able to keep this offense afloat for this drive and the pass one, really.
Kutcher takes a shotgun snap, hands off to Gregory. Gregory going to go off the left side, and he is met after maybe a yard gain there. Grinter in on the tackle for the Big Red defense.
And I kind of expect to see another one of those passes to the outside, one of the quick outs to try to spread this Big Reds defense out a little bit because they've been really sucked in there by this running game. It looks like Gregory needs just a moment.
It is Gregory down on the turf. They'll see to him with 5:43 to go in the 1st half. We'll step aside for a short break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Lester Raines Honda of South Charleston has been serving this area for over 50 years. Test drive one of our many award-winning Honda vehicles today. Come in and see how Lester Raines Honda makes the difference in your shopping experience. We work out your financing so you can sit back and enjoy your new car. At Lester Raines Honda, it's not just about selling the vehicle, it's about service after the sale. Stop by or visit us online. Lester Raines Honda of South Charleston.
Third and 3 on the way for this Redskin defense. A.J. Gregory able to get up off the field and under his own power relatively quickly, but he is out for this play. So in the backfield now is Zach Turner. Fake the handoff on the jet sweep, and it'll be Kutcher keeping it himself. Breaks out of a couple of tackles in the backfield and is brought down close to the 1st down, but there are 2 flags and 2 different flags It looks like there's 2 different infractions on this one.
I'd say at least one of them.
Because, one was from like the line of scrimmage area, and then one's near out where the block was being set around the numbers.
Hold on Hurricane.
Yep, decline. And
2 holds.
Yeah. So,
or illegal block in the back was the second.
So they're going to take the illegal block in the back, and that'll back the Redskin offense up. It'll be 3rd and long now for Hurricane. So negate that first down and set them up 3rd and 13.
And Adam, while Kutcher has been very good on those draw plays, it can be the only thing Hurricane does, because then these linebackers
start
especially
keying in. Yeah,
exactly.
3rd and 13 for the Redskin offense, trying to take the lead back. They took the lead to start the game, but have given up 10 straight points to the Big Reds since. Nice screen pass out to Turner. He'll get up back across the original line of scrimmage and is out of bounds around the 40. So about an 8-yard gain there. But they are going to bring the punt team out, and Seth Castro going to try and flip field position on the Big Reds. And we mentioned he's kind of a weapon in and of himself. He got blocked the first time, but he's got such a booming leg that it really can help you pin the opposition deep, and we saw what happened the last time Big Red started at their own 3.
Well, and considering what
Casta going to take the snap, and this time kicks it into his own up man. Big Reds pick it up at the 26 and are going to go out of bounds at the 22. So that wasn't even really blocked. That just was kicked into his up man's shoulder pad.
Yeah, just some uncharacteristic things out of this Hurricane special teams unit that is usually something they rely on to kind of get them out of scrapes. So get ready to say they were going to have a really big change of field there after starting in the shadow of their own end zone. At least we're able to get a couple first downs and then before that punt. But now Parkersburg once again starting so close to the pay dirt.
Literally right outside the red zone. 1st and 10 from the Hurricane 22. Greer takes the snap back in at quarterback now. Going to keep it himself, bounce it out to the outside, and he's brought down around the 15. Over there on the far side of the field near the numbers. They're going to spot him down at the 16-yard line. And that'll be a pickup of 6. Bring up 2nd and 4. Double barrel shotgun once again for the Big Reds. Ethan and Austin Jones on either side of Greer. Handoff going to go to Ethan Jones. He's got the first down. Stops and lets the defender get knocked down by his teammate on a great block. And he's going to run out of bounds inside the 10 near the 5. And they're going to mark him out at the 4. Great run there by Ethan Jones. He's been having a good evening so far tonight with nearly 3 minutes to go in the first half.
7 carries for 54 yards so far.
Also has a touchdown run as well of 14 yards. 1st and goal from the 4 here. Greer in the back in the shotgun with Jones to his right. Gonna fake it to him, keep it himself, and Greer going to run over a defender at the goal line and get into the end zone. Touchdown, Big Reds.
Yeah, nothing fancy there. Just have your best ball carrier try to follow those blockers. He was able to find space off that right side.
Point after try from Cole Sisk on the way. Missed one of his point-after attempts last week.
False start.
And, false start on the kick, so back him up 5 yards.
Your first penalty that hasn't been for 15 yards.
That's the first one not on the defense. Sisk will tee it up now from the 15, a 25-yard extra point try. Kick is up, and it is still good. 17-7, Hurricane trails now after the Big Reds get a 4-yard touchdown run from Alex Greer. His first rushing touchdown of the season. Again, makes it 17-7 in favor of the road team, the Big Reds. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
Short kickoff and return there on the return for the Redskins. Lane Forrest. Flag comes in and a block in the back on the Redskins, so that'll take away from their good starting field position in this one. Trailing now by 2 scores. They'll start 1st and 10 from their own 25. 3:22 to go in the half. Still plenty of time for the Redskins to try to score here before the end of the half.
If I remember correctly, Hurricane is going to get the ball to start the second half. Am I misremembering that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, then it's even more important for them to get something out of this drive and head into halftime with this being, hopefully for them, a 1-score game.
1st and 10 for the Redskins. Well, now we're going to get a delay game to start the drive, and that's definitely not how you want to start things. Penalty on the return, penalty before the drive even starts once you get set up. So that'll now be 1st and 15 from their own 20. Same formation for the Redskins. Gregory back in the backfield now after being injured on the last drive. Play action on the jet sweep. Kutcher going to step up in the pocket, throws a strike down the middle of the field, and that is incomplete. Looking for Dylan White, and tight coverage there provided by Brady Thorne, the sophomore. They'll bring up 2nd and 15. Coming up here at the half, we have our Brewer and Company halftime show. You'll get to see the showcase from the marching band for the Redskins. Gregory with a short carry, just shy of the 30 at the 28, a 3-yard gain. A big thanks to Generation Sport and Generations Physical Therapy for their sponsorship of our Hurricane High School football broadcasts this season. Starting tonight and every other game we have for you for the Big Reds will be part of our sponsorship. We appreciate them for helping us bring you all the high school football action possible here at Hurricane. A nice completion there to Riley Armstrong. Breaks out of a couple of tackles and is forced out of bounds just across the 40. No late flag coming out there. And a nice catch and run by Riley Armstrong. Had a nice catch and run last week as well against the GW Patriots and had a couple of big catches for them to be able to keep the offense out there in several possessions last week.
Especially effective on those crossing patterns.
Curl route is incomplete. Looking for Gage Robertson. Bring up 2nd and 10 from their own 43-yard line. Oh, wait, okay. I was going to say, I thought it was a 42, then they spotted it at the 43. Now it's corrected to the 42. 2nd and 10. Gregory goes in motion. Throw out to him on a flare. And that is incomplete. Flag comes flying as well on the play. So the flag, they're going to decline the penalty and take the result of the play. 3rd and 10 on the way for the Redskins offense. Still with 2:16 on a moving clock in the first half. Redskins down by 10. Kutcher rolling out, throws downfield and incomplete. Just couldn't hook up with his man, Tyler Lauerman. He was there wide open at the 25-yard line, and they just couldn't hook up on the reception. That'll bring up 4th and 10, and there's actually a penalty on that play, a roughing the passer. Yeah. Missed that play, missed the flag coming because I was looking downfield at the reception attempt, but they get him there at the end of that one. And that'll be an automatic first down. That's the 4th 15-yard penalty by this Big Red defense tonight. 1st and 10 for the Redskins now at the Parkersburg 43.
I mean, they've given up almost as many penalty yards as they have offense yards.
Kutcher pump fakes, throws to the far side of the field, and no flag coming there. I thought they might have got him, at least for a defensive holding, as he was trying to hook up with Dylan Wyden. They tried to go one of those out and up moves over on the far side of the field.
And it almost worked, just was not able to quite hook up downfield, and that's got to be a frustrating one especially.
See, that's why I thought they might have at least gotten a defensive holding because of on the out and up. That's usually what ends up happening, but they say that there wasn't enough contact to determine a flag there. Kutcher going to have to step up in the pocket now under some heavy pressure, and he is brought down from behind. On the sack there is Ethan Jones, coming in from his defensive end spot. He'll get the sack at the line of scrimmage. Bring up 3rd and 10. Clock now moving with that stop in bounds. 1:35 to go. Big Reds again have been helped out 4 times already in this first half via 15-yard penalties by this Parkersburg defense. And they keep the drive alive here with either a gain or a penalty. Wow. Hewitt with his feet of Kutcher, still alive inside the 25 and spun down just shy of the 20. Didn't need a flag there, and fortunate one didn't come against the offensive line on something like that, where he's got to climb like that. Great job by the Redskins offense there. 1st and 10 from the 21, and they're going to spike the ball to stop the clock with a minute to go. Hurried up and got to the line of scrimmage, trying to preserve as much clock as they can. They've already been going for it on 4th down, so you're playing 4-down territory already anyway.
And Adam, they already used 2 of their timeouts, I
exactly.
believe.
Have one timeout left. So, again, smart play calling and smart decision-making by the Redskins so far. They'll send trips out to the top of the formation. That's Wyden, Armstrong, and Lauerman.
From this distance, they scored on that screenplay earlier, and here it comes. Well, it looked like they're trying it.
Kutcher going to escape the pocket, throwing toward the end zone, and nearly picked off. Brady Thorne stepping in at the last minute. It was just overthrown, looking for Lauerman. That'll stop the clock with 52 seconds to go in the first half. 3rd and 10 for the Redskin offense, just outside the red zone at the Parkersburg 21. Gregory to the left of Kutcher in the shotgun. Man in motion is Armstrong from right to left. Flag comes out. Throw is short and incomplete, looking for Armstrong. We'll find out what the penalty is. They're looking over to the Big Red side of the field, so this more than likely is against Hurricane.
I believe it's a hold, but we're about to get a...
And you would take the incompletion because it would bring up 4th down.
That's
illegal shift. They're going to decline the penalty, 4th and 10. And the Redskins, I believe, they are going to send out the field goal unit. Seth Casto, again, you got a great leg with Casto. Let him try to put it through to at least bring you within a score going into the locker rooms.
Great Lake, who's had some struggles today, especially
on the punt
game.
team. Yeah, on the punt team side of things. We'll see how the field goal unit holds up here. Kutcher to hold. Ball will be spotted at the 28. A 38-yard field goal try for Seth Casto, the senior kicker. Snap is back, kick is up, and it is good. 38-yard try. And Seth Casto sends it through the uprights, makes it a touchdown game with the Big Reds leading 17-10. The Redskins finally end a 17-0 run from Parkersburg's offense.
And they were able to do it with a combination like they've done all game of Kutcher's legs and a nice 15-yard penalty in favor of them, courtesy of the Big Reds.
You know what I like about this game already so far, Will? Again, it's a game where both sides are looking for their first victory of the season. It's the home opener for Hurricane, a good crowd in attendance, great weather for tonight. But unlike we've seen, it's getting better, and historically, kicking's not been very good in West Virginia. And we've already seen a 24-yard field goal and a 38-yard field goal tonight.
Yeah, over the years, I've said there's having a feasible kicker who can turn a sputtered out drive into 3 points is something a lot of teams don't have in this state. Me and you've been watching this for well over a decade, and you can count on.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better. Yeah, it's gotten a lot better. They've been targeting specific kids to kick and have gotten them kicking coaches, and they've gone to kicking academies and things like that. But when you and I played, it was you just picked a kid that was athletic and had him put on a soccer shoe or a square-toed cleat and had him kick it through. So the way that the kicking game has evolved in West Virginia has been great to see, because you always had a couple of schools who were really good at it, but now it seems to be spread out more. A great return here for Brady Thorne. Already had one great return in the first half. Give him another one before the end of the half, and he'll give the Big Reds an opportunity to score once more before the halftime buzzer sounds.
Yeah, that completely changed what you were going to do with this 30 seconds here. Before maybe take one big play and then just kind of play it safe, but now you're starting at the 40. Is that within your quarterback's arm range?
The 40 with 30 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts for the Big Reds here. So a lot of possibilities in this final 30 seconds for Parkersburg's offense. Greer, though, has showed some little bit of struggles with the arm strength so far tonight. They're going to hand it off on a jet sweep to Cole Sisk, and he is going to be forced out of bounds after a short gain down to the 37. It's going to stop the clock with 18 seconds. Oh, sorry, they're going to actually tell him to reset the game clock, I believe, is what the signal there is. They want it to 22 seconds.
I was going to say, that did not seem like a 12-second play.
Yeah, they're wanting it to be 22, I believe. No field mic for the officiating crew here, so we're going with the old school fingers and counting them out. So 22 seconds, an 8-second play. And now Hurricane going to call its final timeout with 22 seconds to go. Week number 3 of the high school football season in West Virginia, which means we've got 8 more weeks of football left for you before we even hit playoff time, which means it's a great time to pick up a digital subscription to the Gazette Mail. For just $1, you'll get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows, and of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games. Just $1 for half a year. That's $1 for 6 months of great coverage by our fantastic sports writers for the Gazette Mail. Go to GazetteMail.com to subscribe today. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Game Day crew, happy to have you along with us this evening from Hurricane High School. A good one so far in the first half, a 7-point lead for the Big Reds on the road with a chance to add to their lead potentially before the end of the half. With 22 seconds to go, 2nd and 7 from the Hurricane 37-yard line. Big Red student section and fans on the near side trying to make on the far side trying to fire up their offense. Redskins trying to get the defense going. pass is intercepted at the 10-yard line. On the return there for the Redskin defense is number 9, Gage Robertson. And Robertson with about a 15-yard return after the interception. There is a flag on the play, though.
It came out well before the pass.
It is a false start on the Big Reds. Hurricane obviously going to decline it, and Gage Robertson comes up with the interception for the Hurricane defense with 11 seconds to go and keeps the Big Reds off the scoreboard.
Very important play there, and especially when you consider that the false with the penalty already happening could have been a play that was just, everybody kind of writes off and makes a great play there, gets the interception. Unlikely to turn into points, but at least prevents it from becoming a bigger deficit going into the halftime.
And they're just going to kneel out the final 11 seconds of the half. Teams are going to head to the locker rooms. We'll step aside for a quick break. Then when we come back, we will have our Brewer and Company halftime show for you here at Hurricane High School. That's back after this on Game Day.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose. So you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Call us today and schedule your in-home service or schedule online at mullenplumbing.com.
This HD Media Game Day production of Hurricane Football is brought to you in part by the University of Charleston, relationship rich, career relevant. David Smith Frame and Body Shop in St. Albans, serving the needs of Kanawha and Putnam County residents for more than 30 years. Generations Ford, one destination for every generation. And by Generations Physical Therapy, the Tri-State's premier provider of convenient orthopedic and sports rehab.
Brewer and Company, since 1945, they've been providing fire protection services to West Virginia and surrounding states, including fire suppression systems, fire alarms, maintenance, testing, and repair. Big thanks to Brewer and Company for being part of High School Game Day. As we get ready to turn things over to the Hurricane High School Marching Band at the half in this one between Parkersburg and Hurricane. Big Reds lead the Redskins on the road 17-10. Here's Pride of Hurricane High School.
Sometimes the people we love won't say they're hurting, but we see it anyway. Now's the time to get help from trusted professionals who've cared for families like yours for decades. At Generations Physical Therapy, we make it easy. Personalized care, proven support, and a team that sees the person behind the pain. Call today or visit one of our 8 convenient locations for a simple, free consultation. You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Are things in your home not working the way they should? Air conditioner no longer cooling? No hot water? How about that annoying dripping faucet that just won't stop dripping? Remember Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has been serving the area for more than 60 years. Mullen Plumbing, Heating and Cooling has the most professional technicians standing by to address all of your needs. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So remember, Mullen Plumbing.
Big thank you to Brewer and Company for sponsoring our halftime show there with the Hurricane Marching Band. Since 1945, they've been providing fire protection services to West Virginia and surrounding states, including fire suppression systems, fire alarms, maintenance, testing, and repairs. Big thanks again to Brewer and Company for being part of High School Game Day. Welcome back here to Hurricane High School, where we get ready for the start of the second half. This matchup between the Parkersburg Big Reds and the Hurricane High Redskins. Also want to thank Generations Ford and Generations Physical Therapy for sponsoring our broadcasts here at Hurricane tonight and every night here for Football Friday night this season at Hurricane when we're here. And Generations Ford and Generations Physical Therapy sponsoring our Hurricane High broadcast every Friday night here in Putnam County. The scoring got started off with Hurricane in the first quarter opening drive. They were able to go down in a little more than 3 minutes and put one in from 22 yards out on a touchdown pass from Isaiah Kutcher to Dylan Wyden. And then it's a 17-0 run for the Big Reds after that. They score on their next 2 drives after that, a 24-yard field goal from Cole Sisk, make it 7-3, and then Ethan Jones with a 14-yard touchdown run gives the Big Reds their first lead of the game at 10-7. That was all set up thanks to a blocked punt, and then had 2 plays before that go for 14 yards as well. So 3 straight plays of 14 yards on that short field drive for the Big Reds to take their first lead. Then late in the second quarter with 3:27 to go, Greer gets it in the end zone from 4 yards out. His first rushing touchdown of the season. Make it a 17-7 lead. And then just when we thought that the Big Reds were going to have a chance to add to their scoring there at the end of the half, the Redskin defense does a great job, locks it down, gets an interception, and is able to get a 38-yard field goal from Seth Casto with 40 seconds to go. And then the Redskins defense does a great job of holding the Big Reds offense out of the scoring column for the rest of the half, because a great return by Brady Thorne allowed the Big Red offense to have a relatively short field without 30 seconds to go and all 3 timeouts. But the Redskin defense holds pat, stands firm, and comes back out of the locker room now trailing still by 7. 17-10 is where we find ourselves getting ready to start half number 2. Again, Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Game Day crew, happy to have you with us this evening on our Week 3 broadcast. Don't forget that we've got more than 30 games for you over the course of this season. We'll be back at George Washington next week. Will and I will be on the call for the Patriots taking on the South Charleston Black Eagles in a rivalry game. Always a good matchup there when those 2 teams match up. And then you can also catch Huntington taking on Hurricane. And you'll also be able to see the Scott Skyhawks take on the Independence Patriots, all live and for free, one convenient location, hdmediagameday.com.
Yeah, both these teams coming back out here, still anybody's game, but both with things to really clean up. I mean, we talked about when you were doing the first half recap, Hurricanes special teams, which is usually a pretty good strength of their team, kind of being a tough spot for them. You mentioned the return setting up Parkersburg in good spots, the punting miscues, even though they were able to hit that field goal to shorten that lead. But on the other side, neither offense has really been especially productive. Both have been able to put together some a touchdown drive, but it's really who can iron out more of those issues from the first half, and also stay penalty-free, because penalties hurt both teams.
But especially have hurt the Big Reds. That's the only reason why this is really a touchdown game right now. Parkersburg could have a much larger lead. It could be 17-0 at this point in time, because both of the scoring drives for Hurricane have been in part because of 15-yard penalties by the Big Red defense. So we'll see if they're able to clean that up here in the second half. But we'll first see the Big Red offense come out as the kickoff team is out for Hurricane. Seth Casto teeing it up, the 40-yard line, getting ready to send it away to the Big Reds return team. A gorgeous evening in Putnam County tonight for some high school football. Well, we've been pretty fortunate that we've avoided that really humid start to the season that we usually have in West Virginia. A return from the 5 from Brady Thorne. Breaks out a 1 tackle, still on his feet, brought down now at the 25, maybe the 26, depending on where they spot him. That is where Parkersburg will send its offense out, with Alex Greer leading the offense for Parkersburg. Saw Tyler Cameron for 1 drive in the first half. Big Reds were unable to do anything with that possession. Greer back out to start half number 2. 2 receivers at the top of the formation. Man in motion is Craven. Pass comes out to the near side to Thorne. Breaks out of 1 tackle and has the first down and then some as he gets up across the 40-yard line. Forced out at the 42. Nice pickup there on 1st and 10 for the Big Red offense to move the sticks and get closer to midfield. Is that 16 yards, Will?
Yeah, that's what I came up with.
2 receivers come to the near side now as Thorne flips to the top of the formation. On the near side, it's Leavitt and Parsons. Parsons goes in motion. Handoff goes up the middle, though, to Ethan Jones, and Jones breaks out of a tackle. Still on his feet across the 45. He's got the sideline. 2 defenders chasing him. Are they going to get him? No! Big Reds touchdown! 58 yards to the house for Ethan Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the night, and the Big Reds strike quickly in the opening drive of the second half, just 24 seconds into it.
A great job there. More rushing yards on that play than he had the entire first half, but a great job to be able to get to the outside there, keep his balance, and win that foot race to the end zone.
And an equipment issue, it appears, for one of the Big Reds players, so a sub will come on. Sisk on for the extra point. 2 for 2 so far this evening. Also has a 24-yard field goal. Kick is up, and it is good. Make it 24-10, a 2-touchdown lead for the Big Reds on the road, trying to spoil the Redskins' home opener. We'll step aside for a break and be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience store. We've got the snacks, drinks, and gas to keep you going. Because every great hike starts with a little planning and a lot of snacks. We're proud to be part of your journey, rooted in West Virginia and built for the road ahead. Little General Stores. Fuel your adventure the West Virginia way.
I'm Chris Miller, and I'm proud to sponsor productions like this one that showcase the best of this great state. School pride runs deep here. Friday night lights, crowded gyms, packed packed auditoriums. It's what makes this such a great place to live and work. So be true to your school. And at Dutch Miller Auto, we're there with you. Because when we build on our young people, everybody wins. I'm proud to lead the way as we bring out the best in West Virginia. I'm Chris Miller, and enjoy the game.
Before you hit the hiking trails with your crew, make a quick stop at your local Little General convenience.
Redskin football, 1st and 10 from the 22 after the kickoff from the Big Reds after they have added to their lead. A 58-yard touchdown run for Ethan Jones. Give him 3 touchdowns on the season now with 2 tonight. And that right now, the difference in this one, a 2-score game, as the Redskins come out on offense for the first time in half number 2. Isaiah Kutcher was running for his life a lot in that first half, was able to make some plays with his feet, got sacked a couple of times, and also got afforded a couple of penalties by the Big Red defense as they come up big on the opening play of the second half, meet the running back A.J. Gregory in the backfield.
That was Grinter there just ready for him. I mean, pulling him down by the time right as he even got the ball.
So 2nd and 11 now, so they'll put him back to the 21. Loss of 1 on that run by Gregory. Trips to the top of the formation now. That's the short side of the field up there at the top of your screen. Throw across the middle is caught. Almost dropped for a second, but an excellent job of hanging on to that reception. Believe that was, yes, it was Riley Armstrong, a little slow to get up there. He took a couple of shots fighting for that first down yardage, and he does move the chains, an 11-yard pickup to the 32.
5 straight incompletion for Kutcher before that one.
Good way to start the second half. Handoff goes to Gregory. Gregory will go off the right side of the line and get up across the 35 to the 36. Give him 4 yards and bring up 2nd down and 6. Play action, fake throw out to the flat, and that is caught by Lauerman, and he is immediately dropped to the turf. Great heads-up play there by Rex Ashcroft, the cornerback. And he'll lose some yardage back to the 35-yard line. Set up 2nd and 7. Loss of 1. 3rd and 7. Gregory motions back into the backfield now. Kutcher in the shotgun. 3rd and 7 will motion Gregory back out. Now a flag comes out before the play gets off. 5-yard penalty going to back up the Redskin offense, make it 3rd and 12. Not how you want to start this drive. Gotten 1 first down, but then you don't want to slow things down with the penalty and set yourself up 3rd and long. They have been able to get out of some 3rd and longs in that first half. Again,
a lot of times they were helped out.
Yeah, mostly because of penalty, but have been able to do it. 3rd and 12 on the way here from their own 30 now. Opening drive for the Redskins here in half number 2. After they gave up a 58-yard touchdown run to Ethan Jones, who stands menacing over their left tackle at his standing defensive end spot. A double-barrel shotgun for the Redskins here. 2 receivers to the near side of the formation. Man in motion is Gregory. Kutcher under some pressure, and he is going to be sacked. They're going to blow it dead inside the 15. Getting to him there is the defensive tackle, Adam Elder. His first sack of the season, and he'll drop him all the way back officially at the 20. That's a 10-yard sack taken by Kutcher on 3rd and long.
And Adam, between
an 8-yard sack.
Between Elder and Grinter, that defensive tackle combo is really tough so far for Hurricane to try to overcome, whether it's Grinter getting into the backfield or that play there by Elder. A lot of talent up there on the front 4 for the Big Reds.
See if Seth Casto's punt goes any better this time. Much better punt this time from Casto. Had 2 blocked in the first half. Returnable, yeah, returnable for the Big Reds. Brady Thorne will get up into Redskin territory down to the 40. We've got a couple of flags.
Looks like at least 2 separate penalties.
Potentially one of them a hold, the other maybe a horse collar there.
Yeah, it looked
at
like
the
he was a
end.
little aggressive with the stiff arm attempt.
We'll see what the ruling on this one is. As of right now, the Big Reds are set up 1st and 10 from the Hurricane 40. Depends on what ends up happening with these 2 penalties. Third of the way through the third quarter. Nearly. 8:05 to go. Third quarter action. As we now get set for the rulings. A face mask on the return. Going to decline that. And then a block in the back on the return. They will accept that. Because it's from a farther distance back, so you take it from the farther penalty spot and then march it off 15. So much better position. It was about 5 yards, maybe 6 yards difference, but it does make a difference because instead of being that much closer to midfield or at midfield, basically, I mean you're at the 45, but you're not at the 50 now.
And that's the 3rd block in the back penalty accepted. So. Probably something you work on in practice this upcoming week.
But still good field position. Not as good, but 1st and 10 from your own 45. Greer sends man in motion. Will fake it to him on the jet and keep it himself. And has a first down and then some. Inside the 40. Still on his feet. Finally brought down at the 35. 20-yard run on the opening play of the drive for Alex Greer, the quarterback. Have to catch myself sometimes because he is wearing number 24. Very unconventional quarterback number. And we do have an injured Redskin down on the turf, so they're going to bring the training staff out to him. As you take a look over at the Big Reds bench, they're going to talk things over here while they see to the injured Hurricane player. 7:56 to go, third quarter. It's a 14-point lead for Parkersburg on the road. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Score big this fall with GoMart. Every Saturday through the end of October, GoMart Rewards members earn triple points on all purchases. And while you rack up on rewards points, be sure to scan the QR code in-store for more ways to win. Each scan is a chance to score the ultimate tailgating package with a $200 GoMart gift card, tailgating supplies, and more. GoMart is your hookup for the football season. Visit the GoMart app or GoMart.com to learn more. GoMart is the official convenience store of WVU Athletics.
Injured player for the Redskins there getting up, the freshman Paxton Bocook. Actually coached Paxton a couple of years ago in AAU basketball. He was still in middle school. Trained to be a kicker. Probably be the next one taking over for Seth Casto after he graduates here at Hurricane High School. Greer pulls a snap down, a RPO, and a nice throw there across the middle to Titan Parsons, a first down gain and then some, as he'll get down inside the 20 and into the red zone. Man, that was, again, another late pull on that by Greer, and then to throw that strike across the middle, that takes a lot of courage. Man, did he deliver. 1st and 10 from the 18.
Greer right now, 51 rushing yards, 51 passing yards.
Hasn't been spectacular through the air. Mentioned a couple of times he's left some throws short, but that time delivers on the money.
He has completed his 4 of his last 5, but the incompletion was an interception.
Move Jones from left to right, back to left, send a man in motion, hand it off to him, and Thorne is going to be swallowed up in the backfield. Lauerman as well as Caden Womack in on the stop. It'll be a loss of 5. Yeah, I gave it 5.
That's a full 5 on that one.
Actually, that's a full 6. Excuse me. That's back to the 24. So, yeah, set up 2nd and 16. Long 16. Greer in the shotgun. Has two tight ends and then two to the top of the formation. Hands off. Fake the handoff, rather. Going to throw out toward the flat. That is caught by Craven. Craven has a block, gets the first down, and is forced out of bounds. Great play design there for the Big Reds offense. Nobody marking the tight end, Austin Craven. He's got first down yardage down to the 8. So first and goal on the way for Parkersburg. Trying to make it a 3-score game on the road here. Both teams looking for their first victory in the third week of the 2025 season. Greer sends a man in motion. Hands off to Jones. Jones is able to break through the line of scrimmage and finds his way into the end zone from 8 yards out. Make it 30-10, Big Reds on top now, as they score on back-to-back drives to start the third quarter.
Jones 120 yards and now 3 touchdowns on just 9 carries so far in this one.
Point after attempt from Sisk on the way. Jones last week, 9 carries, 81 yards and a touchdown. He's just been getting better and better every week. Kick is up, and it is good. 31-10. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Hurricane is built a little differently than other dealerships on things like a smile and a handshake. That's because Gene and Ryan built their business the old-fashioned way by making friends. There are no gimmicks or games at Walker, just honest, fair deals, and the huge inventory in both new and pre-owned doesn't hurt either. So when you're ready for your next vehicle, make that short 20-minute drive from Charleston or Huntington to Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Just off the Hurricane exit of I-64, Walker Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, making friends one deal at a time.
CJU is a great company to work for. We've been around for 78 years. We are an underground utility construction company all across the East Coast. We are rapidly growing, and we're seeing a huge growth in this market, a huge need for employees. We are always looking for those that are experienced, those that are trying to get their foot in the door. We have positions for everybody. We offer competitive pay. We offer competitive benefits. We take pride in having a family atmosphere at CJU's, and it's truly just a family company.
Taking a look there at the Redskins return team, getting ready to field the kickoff from Cole Sisk. It's a short kick that'll take a bounce at about the 22. Turner will scoop it up at about the 20 and try to return it here. He's got a block if he can get to the edge. Gets to the numbers and to the sideline, and he is thrown out of bounds just across the 40. Forcing him out there is Hunter Leavitt.
We talked about it a couple times. Both teams really excelling in the kick return game and doing their best to set their offensive up. Parkersburg's been better at it, but Hurricane's still been able to have some big-time returns.
First and 10 for the Redskin offense coming up from their own 42-yard line. I want to thank our sponsors for our broadcast tonight, Generations Ford and Generations Physical Therapy, for joining our HD Media broadcasts this year for Hurricane High School football. See them there around our score bug. Man in motion is Armstrong. Handoff goes to Gregory off the right side. Gregory will lower his shoulder after breaking out of a tackle. He's brought down across the 45. And he'll have a nice gain on first down. To pick up of 5. We'll set up 2nd and 5. Don't forget, the HD Media crew will be back here on Tuesday for some soccer action. We'll have more on that here in just a second. Throw to the near side, but to Gage Robertson is caught right at the sticks, and they are going to move it ahead for a first down for Hurricane. 5-yard pickup there down to the Big Red 47-yard line. Armstrong in motion again from near side to far side. Throw to him. Caught. Breaks out of one tackle in the backfield, and he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Impressive effort to get away from that first tackle, but took too long, and then the cavalry was there.
Both of these teams have done a pretty good job for the most part of not giving up a big play per se. We've had some 10, 15-yard plays here and there, other than the 58-yard touchdown run by Ethan Jones earlier in the half. For the most part, we haven't seen a whole lot of big plays happen. We've seen some 15-yard penalties. And there, as I speak of a big play, there was an opportunity for one as Lauerman just can't hang on to it. had it wide open at the 20, and he was beating himself up there for a second. I do love seeing JaVale Chandler, the safety, coming over after the play. After the play was done and he sees him beating himself up again, he's like, hey, it's all right, dude. Like,
honestly, after some initial unsportsmanlike, these two teams have been treating each other very well after that.
It's been a very good game here this evening. A 21-point lead, though, for the Big Reds on the road. And there's a pick over on the far side of the field. And who else on the return is it other than Brady Thorne? Thorne going to run from far side all the way across the middle of the field. And he is brought down at the 40 of Hurricane. We said we hadn't seen a whole lot of big plays really tonight. And then Hurricane tries to go for one there over on the far side of the field. Brady Thorne comes up with the interception and the return. And the Big Red offense will take back over 1st and 10 inside Hurricane territory. And I believe Thorne a little slow to get up there, cramping up a little bit maybe after that return. And with as long a returns as he's had, whether it be on kickoff or on that interception there, he's expelling a lot of energy. So we've seen it a couple of times. It's not so humid, but maybe that's also causing guys to maybe not hydrate as well throughout the course of the week because it's not been as humid. We kind of touched on it a little bit earlier about we've been fortunate to not see such humid start to the season because West Virginia started a week after Ohio and Kentucky. They had to deal with it in week 1. But West Virginia, other than the thunderstorms last week and the rain in week 1, been pretty fortunate.
Well, I think Thorne might need a breather no matter what the weather is. He's been just part of several huge plays which has helped position his team to be in this 3-touchdown lead with almost a quarter and a half to go.
4:56 to go as the Big Reds offense takes back over in Redskin territory. Play action fake to Jones. Greer throws across the middle, wide open to Craven, and Craven's got nobody in front of him. Touchdown Parkersburg from 40 yards out. With 4:48 to go, make it a 4-touchdown lead for the Big Reds on the road.
And Craven now 3 catches for 72 yards and that touchdown. Greer up over 100 yards passing, completing his last 4, including that 40-yard touchdown. Offense really coming together for Parkersburg here in the third quarter.
Field goal, or PAT try rather, is up, and it is good. 38-10, Big Reds with the lead over the Redskins. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
Big thanks to Generations Physical Therapy as well as Generations Ford for sponsoring our Hurricane High School football broadcasts this season. Appreciate them joining our productions this year. They've been on the road for the first 2 games, so this is the first time they've been able to be featured as part of our broadcasts this season. We also mentioned that we're going to have some soccer for you coming up on High School Game Day. That'll be coming up on Tuesday, part of our 16 matches this year, thanks to our title sponsor, Peyton Law. For a complete schedule, be sure to go to our HD Media Game Day Facebook or Instagram pages. Next game is right here at this field, Hurricane High School, as the Redskins host Cabell Midland in a boys soccer matchup. You can catch all the action live for free by going to hdmediagameday.com. Kickoff goes out of bounds to start the next drive for Hurricane, so good field position for them to start this next possession. See what they can do with it, trailing by 4 touchdowns now.
And the team's really starting to get away from them.
After starting out leading 7-0 on the opening drive, the Big Reds have stormed away from them in this one, have outscored them 38-3 since that opening touchdown drive.
I mean, they've been able to get, like we saw against GW, they've been able to string together a couple good plays, but just not able to really cash it in. The running game just not producing a lot for them. Gregory just 39 yards on 15 carries. Kutcher a little more successful, 53 on 7. But the passing game just hasn't really been there for him, and it's just been a tough outing for this Hurricane offense at home against this opportunistic Parkersburg defense, which has really toughened up as we've gone. And like I said, in particular, that front four or front seven, however you want to define it, has done a really good job, especially on any type of delayed run or anything right up the middle. Just has not really been working out for Hurricane so far.
Redskins going to have him spot the ball on the near side hash mark, the 38-yard line. 1st and 10. Pass out to Gregory, caught by him in the flat, and he'll have a couple of yards. Up to the 39. So 2-yard pickup.
87 yards through the air for Hurricane so far in 25 attempts.
Most of the yardage last week for the Redskins through the air came off of their 2 touchdown passes, one of 34 yards and one 35. One to Wyden, one to Armstrong. As Gregory gets the handoff, lowers the shoulder, fights his way forward up to the 45. A nice pickup there of 6. Will set up 3rd and 2 for this Hurricane offense. Kutcher throw out over to Armstrong. Armstrong will turn up field, trying to get back to the first down, and he's going to be slung forward for it. Maybe got an extra yard after that first down marker. Spot him down at the 48 of the Redskins.
That was the 26th pass attempt so far by Kutcher.
And now the official's going to call for time. An equipment thing, I believe, as off goes Javale Chandler. And then Hurricane thought it was like an actual timeout, so they've now got to run back over from the numbers back to the middle of the field. And they're going to run the play clock now. Well, the play clock's at
Long
0.
dead.
Yeah, they haven't reset it at all. I guess they're just going to let it go. Okay. Kutcher going to air it out, looking over the middle of the field. And he has his man. What a grab by Dylan Wyden. Tight coverage there from Brady Thorne, who already has an interception tonight. But Wyden said, no, sir, I'm going to take this for a big first down gain. 1st and 10 at the red zone, at the 20-yard line now for the Redskins offense.
31 yards there, by far the biggest play for the Redskins in this game.
Kutcher takes the snap, hands off to Gregory up the middle. Gregory breaks out of one tackle and then meets a wall at the 16-yard line. Nice pickup there, though, of 4 down to the 16. 2nd and 6 on the way for the Redskin offense. 2 receivers on either side of the formation. To the near side are Robertson and Lauerman. Armstrong in motion. Kutcher going to keep it himself, still on his feet after making a couple of men miss. And he'll get inside the 15 and be a couple of yards shy of the first down. Set up 3rd and short for the Hurricane offense. 2:11 to go, 3rd quarter. A Redskin offensive lineman coming off the field, a little banged up. Porter Tackett, who had a great block on that opening drive of the game that helped get Dylan Wyden into the end zone for a touchdown. He'll come off, and he is replaced there along the offensive front. Coming in to replace him is Wade Ellison. 3rd and 2. Kutcher going to keep it on a quarterback draw. Going to run back to the left, lowers his shoulder inside the 10, has the first down, and is down near the 7. 1st and goal on the way for the Redskins. That could have been a really bad play. Kutcher looked for a second like he was going to be bottled up for a loss. Instead, he's able to dance around and find the seam and get upfield for a first down gain.
Yeah, he really has a lot of attributes you'd really like to see in a running back. He keeps his legs moving, puts his shoulders down, and tries to get every possible inch he can when he's got in that situation. Did a good job there.
Kutcher drops back to throw, looking to the right corner of the end zone. Pass pass is intercepted, picked off by Javale Chandler. Chandler runs it out of the end zone and is brought down at the 5. Second drive in a row ended for the Redskins on an interception. And that'll send the Big Red offense back out onto the field. Isaiah Kutcher, a little side himself there on the right side of your screen.
I mean, no one can doubt how hard this kid plays. I mean,
he's trying his hardest.
So he's been impressive the way he just keeps plays alive and keeps his eyes downfield and, tucks it when he needs to. But just sometimes Herculean effort like that is not enough, and it does not look like it's going to be enough tonight for Hurricane.
I love seeing A.J. Gregory, though, after that, while Kutcher is beating himself up about his second interception, coming over to him on the sideline saying, it's all right, man, it's all right. Forget about it. It's already happened. We got to move on. So I really like the teammate ship there out of A.J. Gregory, trying to rally his quarterback back.
Teammate ship. Passing on. That's up to 130.
It's a motivational poster for you.
133 yards now for Jones, averaging over 13 yards a carry. Really impressive. You don't normally see a kid really break 100 yards. They're really feeding the ball, and they really haven't. I mean, he's been a big part of the offense, but not a focal point at all.
After a 12-yard pickup by Jones, Greer rolls out, thought he was going to throw it, instead tucks and runs with it, and he's got a first down and then some, takes a big hit over on the far side of the field. I believe that's A.J. Gregory lowering the shoulder and knocking him out of bounds. Actually, that was Drayden Dean, the senior linebacker, coming back this week for Hurricane. Haven't really been able to call his name much tonight, but he was out last week in that game against GW.
That's up to 60 yards on the ground for Greer so far in this one.
Greer out of bounds at the 32, enough for a first down as the sticks reset. 43 seconds on a stopped clock in the third quarter. Trips to the near side. That's the wide side of the field for the Big Reds offense. And a timeout coming for Parkersburg. 43 seconds to go. We'll keep you right here. Hurricane High School. Don't forget, again, it's week number 3. You got tons of high school football action. There's high school soccer action coming up. And then if you were to stick around and pay attention to high school sports, you got basketball and baseball after that as well. And we'll have all of that for you on HD Media's High School Game Day throughout the course of the season. And, while you watch those games for free, it'd be nice to be able to also read about those games and catch up on the stats and read some coaches' interviews and thoughts as well. Well, it's a great time to pick up a digital subscription to the Gazette Mail for just $1. You get 6 months of access to web stories, the e-edition of the Gazette Mail, plus tons of exclusive feature stories, podcasts, and other shows. And, of course, expanded coverage of all of our live stream games, all for just $1 for half the year. Go to GazetteMail.com to subscribe today. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our Game Day crew, producer-director Ethan Young, our camera operator upstairs doing a fantastic job as always, Jason Likens. Happy to have you with us this evening on High School Game Day as Greer rolls out, throws to the near side, and the catch is made by Leavitt, but there is a flag, and the reason there's a flag is because he accidentally stepped out of bounds, and then because he came back in and is the first player to touch it, it's an illegal touching penalty. So that completion's not going to stand now, and it'll set up another play for the Redskins after they back it up.
Honestly, a rule that you kind of expect to come up more. It really doesn't at any level of football. Maybe once every couple of weeks, it seems.
For as wide open as Leavitt was there, though, it's crazy to me that he accidentally ran out of bounds because there was nobody within a 5-yard radius of him. He just took that turn a little too wide. So the illegal touching will back him up 15 yards and set him up 1st and 25.
Of course, part of the rules that he went out of bounds on his own free will. It was not like he was, jockeying with somebody and got pushed.
Back at the 17-yard line now for the Big Reds. Pass is tipped and off the hands of Brady Thorne. That could have been a dangerous play there as it popped up and stayed there in the air long enough for somebody in a black jersey to come underneath of it. Fortunately for the Big Reds, it falls to the turf harmlessly. Bring up second and long for Parkersburg's offense. Redskins still in it. A lot of work needs to be done, but still a whole quarter of football left to be played.
Multiple flags out here. I'm not really sure what for.
Is it a delay a game?
Possibly. Was it?
It's against Hurricane. I didn't see the signal.
They weren't even lined up. Yeah, I didn't see any signal. They weren't even.
Well, now we're marching it all the way back. March those 15 yards back. I didn't catch what the ruling
I'm not really
on that
sure.
was. I wonder if anybody that's watching in the chat saw what that signal was. But it was a 15-yard penalty, so an unsportsmanlike conduct or something.
But they weren't even, I
don't know.
Parkersburg was still in their huddle, it looked like.
It's 1st and 10 now. Fake the handoff on a jet sweep. Greer going to keep it himself. Greer gets across the 35 and stopped at the 36. A 4-yard pickup will bring up 2nd and 6. Jeez, it felt like it was first down forever there.
Well, probably about to go to the quarter mark.
And yeah, that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Big Reds on the road, leading in this MSAC matchup where both teams are looking for their first victory of the season as we're coming toward the end of week number 3. 1 quarter left. We'll be back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
West Virginia is home. It's where we work, live, and raise our families. At the heart of our communities are West Virginia hospitals and their compassionate caregivers. From life-saving treatments and emergency care to wellness support and screening services, we are improving your quality of life through extraordinary achievements and amazing results. West Virginia Hospitals. Your health is the heartbeat of our communities.
Bowtie Mike here, reminding you that Cardinal Chevrolet is your destination for all things automotive. We offer a great selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, a full-service collision center, parts and service departments, plus up to 125% of KBB for your trade. Stop by for a no-obligation appraisal. We make the deals that nobody can match because it's got the Bowtie guarantee. Hurry in. CardinalChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Getting ready for the fourth quarter to start. 2nd and 6 on the way for the Big Reds offense. Handoff goes up the middle to Jones, and Jones is going to be very close to a first down run. And he is going to be right at the sticks. He'll move the chains as he gets to the 42-yard line. 6-yard pickup will set up 1st and 10 once again for the Parkersburg Big Reds. Well, we're already doing a lot better timing-wise on this game than we did last week. Right about now, we were hitting halftime of the game last week between GW and Hurricane. And then 30 minutes ago, we were hitting halftime. And then an hour and a half later, we started the second half. As 1st and 10, a nice pass out to Thorne. And Thorne cramping up again after making the reception, getting across the 45 to the 46. That's a 4-yard pickup. And again, we mentioned we wonder if anybody in our chat saw anything. Nobody saw anything about the flag, but we do have some shout-outs from Izzy tuning in. Her son, number 20 there in black for Hurricane, Justin Tucker, the sophomore. Appreciate her tuning in, watching the Redskins and the Big Reds tonight. Parkersburg leading this one, though, 28 points in the fourth quarter. 11:10 to go. Up next for the Redskins will be a road trip down I-64. They'll head to take on one of the top teams in Class 4A. It's really a tough schedule for Hurricanes. 6 teams on their schedule this year made the playoffs last year. And they're going to go to a semifinalist and play the Huntington Highlanders next week up on Highlander Mountaintop. And it gets a little easier after that. They're going to take on an unknown in Cabell Midland. Cabell Midland's game tonight actually got canceled against George Washington. who we're going to see next week play South Charleston. They got all the way there, and we're getting close to the game. It was a 7 o'clock kickoff, and then a transformer blew, and they had no power at the field at all. So they had to call the game. They're working on trying to make it up, but
they're not
tomorrow,
playing
they're not playing tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Tomorrow they have a homecoming dance and all that, so they're not going to do that. Brady Thorne able to get up and, after being helped by the training staff, walking over to the side.
And it looks like it was just another cramp, but honestly, at this point, with as much as he's done, I might consider, if I was the Parkersburg coaching staff, to go ahead and call on his night. That's the second time he's had to have some help with a major cramp.
Hard also to try to tell the kid to stop when he's been such a big part of your success tonight. But we'll see how they assess his evening the rest of the way with 11:06 now on a moving clock in the fourth quarter. Handoff will go to the new man in the backfield, number 45 on the run, Gavin Bowman. And Bowman is going to find his way to break across the goal line for 6. A 54-yard touchdown run for Gavin Bowman.
So you're telling me he's the second? We do have a flag down around the 30.
And yeah, that's unfortunately going to wipe that touchdown off the board. It's partly what allowed Bowman to break it back toward the middle of the field. So they'll back it from the spot of the foul. It's still a first down for Parkersburg. 1st and 10 from the Big Reds' 40-yard line. And after that game against Cabell Midland, following the Huntington game next week, the Hurricane Redskins will be back at home after 2 weeks on the road. They'll have 2 games in a row at home here. They'll play host to St. Albans, and then we'll welcome in a team that'll be in the MSAC next year, Parkersburg South, coming back to the MSAC next year after being gone for a while. Them and Woodrow Wilson are returning to the MSAC. Great to see those two teams being back added to the conference. Handoff goes to Ethan Jones off the left side on 1st and 10, and he'll get down inside the 35, a 6-yard run for him.
Hurricanes saying they have the ball, but no one seems to...
yeah, they are going to say Jones fumbled that, and the Redskins come up with the recovery.
It was really hard to tell what was going on there in the scrum, but Hurricane players started calling like they had it and then popped out with it, so good job there to force the turnover. They're still fighting hard out there, even though the score has not gone their way. Still plenty of time left to at least get some good plays in and get some something to work with going down the season.
I know last week Dustin Hatfield said that he was glad that the game against GW played out. They were able to finish that game despite there being nearly 2 hours of lightning delays in 2 different times. There was about a 30-minute delay and then about an hour and a half delay at halftime. He said that he was just grateful, despite the score being the way that it was, that they were able to play the game because with so many young guys on this Redskins football team, that it was important to have those reps for them and have those game reps specifically.
And timeout called by Hurricane, I believe.
Yeah, with 10:40 to go, they have taken a timeout. We'll step aside for a short break with the break in action. We're back with more right after this on High School Game Day.
You tell yourself it's fine, that it'll pass, but injuries take you out of the game. Injuries are inconvenient, but so is missing the things you love. Real strength isn't pushing through, it's choosing to heal. At Generations Physical Therapy, we help you recover with purpose, so you're not just back, you're better. Call today for a free consultation. Your comeback starts now.
1st and 10 for the Redskins after the turnover. First takeaway by the Redskins defense tonight. After 2 turnovers by Kutcher via interceptions, trying to redeem himself off the last end. Yeah, he hands it off on, trying to hand it off to the tailback there. And the handoff is fumbled, and then the Big Reds jump immediately on top of it.
Man, what timing? I mean, I don't remember there being any issue with Hurricanes handoff so far in this game, or even the last game we saw. But right there, just cough it right up. Basically, no change in position from where they Parkersburg lost the ball all of 2 plays ago.
So 1st and 10 from the 32 for the Big Red offense. Really with a chance to put the nail in the coffin officially in this one. A score here would put it at a 35-point lead for the Big Reds, which would institute the running clock. But Hurricane does a good job on that pass attempt of getting their mitts up and hitting a deflection on it.
I believe that was... Okay, I looked at the wrong number. Someone that...
I think that was 54, Caden Womack, I want to say.
I think so.
Who's been a nice addition.
No, 56 is who I was looking at.
Oh, 56 would be Wade Ellison.
Yeah, I think it was Ellison who's able to get his paw on that one. But also worth noting that Parkersburg has put back in Gavin Bowman, the running back, whose opening carry would have been about a 45-yard touchdown if not called back due to a penalty.
2nd and 10. He'll take the handoff now off the left side. Has a block, has the first down. Going to get inside the 15 to the 10, 5, and he's going to be forced out of bounds a few yards shy of the goal line. Depends on where they spot him. They're going to give him the
27-yard carry to the 5.
Yeah.
So I know he's getting in the 4th quarter, but man, both of his runs, even the one that got called back, were real good looking. Was able to follow his blocking pretty well. Let's see if he's able to punch it in here.
1st and goal from the 5. It's only one drive. Scoring-wise, they haven't finished with a touchdown, and Bowman going to get into the end zone there from 5 yards out. Followed the blocking to a T, and he'll make it 44-10 with 10:17 to go in the 4th quarter. If the point-after attempt from Cole Sisk goes through, we'll have a running clock for the rest of this 4th quarter with a 35-point lead. Kick is up, and it is good. 45-10. Parkersburg leads here on the road, getting closer and closer to picking up their first victory of the season while pushing Hurricane to 0-3 to start the year. We're back with more 4th quarter action right after this on High School Game Day.
For more than 170 years, Burke & Herbert Bank continues to deliver service beyond expectations to our customers. With an expanded footprint from the mountains of West Virginia to the Eastern Shore and beyond, we're here for you. As a full-service community bank offering the latest digital tools and guidance, we take the time to understand your unique needs, helping you move your family, your business, and your dreams forward together. Burke & Herbert Bank.
Getting ready for kickoff now after the Big Reds scored from 5 yards out. Gavin Bowman, sophomore, 5-yard touchdown run. Make it 45-10 with 10:17 to go in the 4th quarter. Adam Rogers, Will Vance, our HD Media Game Day crew, happy to have you with us this evening. Kickoff fielded by the Redskins, Riley Armstrong, and he'll get up across the 20 to 22. Relatively short return. That is where the Redskins offense will go back out. Well, we were talking about the schedule. After next week, it might get a little easier for a couple of weeks, but then it's a tough stretch to close out the year for Hurricane. With a bye week in the middle, you've got Parkersburg South in Week 7, Oak Hill in Week 8, who was a semifinalist last year in Class AAA. Then you got Princeton, who's been very good the last couple of years. And then you have perennial powerhouse and reigning state champion Martinsburg on the road to close out the regular season before you get to the playoffs. And Hurricane hopes to be one of the top 16 teams to make the playoffs in Class 4A. It's going to be an uphill battle there toward the end of the season. some positives again on this team so far, but the schedule is really difficult for this Redskin team this year.
Wide in there with his 4th catch for 60 yards. Armstrong had 5 for 43, so passing game isn't all looking down for for Hurricane, but just, like so many things with the team, see more consistency, and here come the flags after a play kept going a little too long.
Turner picks up a yard, and then some guys there blocking, and we're locked up, and now there's a guy for the Redskins down on the turf. I believe that's Cooper Ryan. So the training staff going to come and be seen. And the flags will be dealt with here in just a second. There's an offensive line for the Redskins. It's already seen some mixing around because of injury. Caden Womack coming back tonight after being injured in the first game against GRC High School out of Kentucky. George Rogers Clark with the win there, and that one 42-7. And he misses the game last week against GW. Comes back this week and has looked pretty good there on both sides of the football. Has been a big help for them on the offensive line, and has made a couple of tackles for them on the defensive side of the ball as well. Redskins trail by 35. They have stopped the clock again because of the injury with 8:39 to go in the 4th quarter. He's going to be helped up now by the training staff. Great to see him be able to get up. And he is going to need some help, and he's a big guy to need some help. Don't have an exact height and weight for him, but he's a big guy there on the offensive line.
And just a sophomore as well.
Looks like actually I do have one on there. 6'3", 265 for him. And yeah, as you mentioned, just a sophomore. Going to have 2 more years.
Looks like maybe more in their cramp. Don't want to speculate. They're helping him off very slowly.
And he could tell that it was not a good injury. I saw him hitting the turf while he was there lying down before he was seen to. Again, don't want to get into it anymore, but hopefully he's able to recover and is able to come back and continue playing for the Redskins this season. I'm sure his game tonight is done at this point with 8:39 to go in the 4th quarter. Back underway, throw across the middle of the field, pass is deflected away. Good job to get a hand in there by Ashcroft as Kutcher was looking for Riley Armstrong across the middle of the field.
That was Kutcher's 30th pass attempt so far in this one. And it'll take me a second to really count it up, but just a number of plays run. Hurricanes run a lot more plays so far in this one than Parkersburg. Like we said before, Parkersburg had several short fields and everything to work with, but kind of stunning. I'm going to have to actually sit down and count these up.
I've got Hurricane at 56 plays right there. 30 pass attempts and looks like 26 rushes combined between Greer and Gregory.
And then 35 plays for Parkersburg. What do you say, 57?
Yeah, 56. Yeah, 56.
So full 20, at least 20 plays. Now. 20 play difference.
With the punt there. Redskins take over. First and 10 from the Parkersburg, from the Hurricane 32-yard line. And clock is rolling, now under 7 seconds. Handoff goes to Bowman again, and Bowman with a nice run, and it's probably going to be coming back. There is a flag there, but does, for right now, have enough for a first down.
Bowman getting a little bit of love in the comments as well. Really impressive second back here. Only a sophomore, and Josie the senior, so might have a couple more years of seeing this kid run the ball.
Yeah, Bowman wasn't even on the 2 deep that I got from head coach Matt Kimes earlier this week. So definitely a guy that has been making the most out of the couple of carries he's gotten so far. We've seen Silas Chevrant and Austin Jones a little bit tonight. It's been primarily Ethan Jones in the backfield, and now Gavin Bowman getting some carries here in the fourth quarter. He will pick up a few yards after that holding call. Set up 2nd and 19. Up next for Parkersburg. After this one, a big one for the Big Reds. It's a crosstown rivalry matchup with the Parkersburg South Patriots. That should be a good one there in Parkersburg at Stadium Field. Then they get to take on Riverside and GW in 3 straight home games after that Parkersburg South one at home as well. Handoff goes to Bowman again off the right side this time. Gets out between the numbers and the hash and is going to get down to the 35. About a 6-yard run on that carry for Bowman. Then after those 3 straight home games, they'll head to the Highlander Mountaintop, take on Huntington, or the Highlanders there on 10th of October. Then they're back at home, take on Cabell Midland for closing out the season with 2 road games on the road at Ripley and then at Herbert Hoover before a bye in Week 11. Tough schedule for Parkersburg as well. Play action fake for the backup quarterback Tyler Cameron. His throw is incomplete, looking for his target was number 34, Jacob Flack. That'll bring up 4th and 13. Parkersburg probably just going to go for it here. 4 minutes to go. Again, a running clock situation. Got an alum from Parkersburg High School, May watching on YouTube tonight as well. Appreciate her and anybody else tuned in on our broadcast this evening on High School Game Day. Nice run there from Bowman again, and it's going to be close to a first down, but still a couple yards shy, and that'll be a turnover on downs for the Big Reds. And they'll hand it back over to Hurricane. Again, that clock's still moving while the teams switch their offenses and defenses out. So this is more than likely going to be the final drive of the game tonight with 3 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Again, don't forget our Game Day crew will be back here on Tuesday. Boys high school soccer action. It'll be Hurricane taking on Cabell Midland for you on Tuesday night. You can get a full schedule of all of our soccer matchups sponsored by Peyton Law by following our HD Media Game Day Facebook or Instagram page. Nice run here from Zach Turner. Turner going to get up near midfield, and he's going to turn the Jets on and is forced out of bounds just shy of the 30. Good run there for Zach Turner. Takes it 1st and 10 and explodes into the Big Reds side of the field down near the 30-yard line at the 31. Kutcher in the pistol set, turns and hands off to Turner again. And Turner will be brought down after a 6-yard pickup down to the 25. Bring up 2nd and 4. Less than 2 to go, fourth quarter now. Flag coming in late there after a first down run by Turner. April Short-Oxley saying, God willing, DJ Short will be back out here next Friday. One of those guys injured for the Redskins over the last couple of weeks. Appreciate her tuning into our broadcast tonight. The penalty is going to be tacked on to the end of the run there, so against Parkersburg. And that'll set Hurricane up first and goal now from the 8. Appreciate everybody tuning in for our broadcast tonight, whether it be rooting for the Redskins or the Big Reds. It's been a great night for football here this evening in Putnam County as Lyerman unable to hang on to the pass out in the flat on the left side. Incompletion will bring up second and goal. Clock at 35 seconds to go in this one.
Probably have to run at least one more
they
play.
Might get a play off. The play clock's been broken for a while, so they haven't even been resetting it. They've been keeping that on the field, but probably one more play left in this one. Kutcher is able to avoid some pressure, and he'll get into the end zone with 15 seconds to go. So Kutcher with 15 seconds scrambles in from 8 yards out.
The game clock's at 0, so I guess we're probably going to kick the extra point and then just call it.
Yeah, that's if that. I don't even know if they're going to do that. They're not even going to do that. Redskins just coming back over to the sideline, and that's going to be the end of this one, folks. Redskins are going to win. Final score of 45-16. And Big Reds pick up their first victory of the season. Parkersburg gets to 1-2 on the year. And the Redskins drop to 0-3 on the season. After being on the road for the first 2 weeks and having their home opener tonight, they'll hit the road again 2 more weeks, as they'll be at Huntington and at Cabell Midland. 2 schools over there in Cabell County they'll face back-to-back. We're getting 2 home games in St. Albans and Parkersburg South. Will, any final thoughts from you before we wrap things up tonight?
Very impressive performance from Parkersburg. You know, they really, especially early on, kind of shot themselves in the foot a couple times. Kind of putting themselves behind late, but were able to fight through it. Once the offense really started clicking in the third quarter, they look like a very impressive team. As for Hurricane, after it's even for 2 straight weeks, it's not that there's nothing there. They've got some guys, they've got some playmakers, they've got some talent, but they just can't put it together for long enough stretches to turn it into the points taking to come away with the win against teams like GW and Parkersburg.
And appreciate everybody tuning in tonight on our high school game day broadcast, whether it be on YouTube or on Facebook or hdmediagameday.com. And we'll be back next week at GW for South Charleston, and GW will also have Hurricane and Huntington for you there in Cabell County. And then Madison will have a broadcast crew down there, as well as the Scott Skyhawks take on the Independence Patriots, and all that on hdmediagameday.com. But before that, we'll have a soccer game for you here at Hurricane High School, where they'll take on Cabell Midland in a boys matchup. That'll do it for us here at Hurricane High School. Again, the Big Reds with a 45-16 victory over the Redskins. Big thanks to Brewer and Company for our halftime show, as well as Generations Ford and Generations Physical Therapy for joining our broadcasts throughout the season for Hurricane High School football. That does it for us here at Hurricane tonight. We'll see you next Friday night. Have a great rest of your weekend, folks.